I'm over at the lathe for the next operations. So we need to make the bolts. There's two different ones that we need to make. The very first has got a flat area right next to the knurling, so that rides inside of the clearance hole that I made over here. Then there's a small recess which is for the pin to go through and actually hold this in place in this jaw so that it doesn't move. The rest gets threaded to M8. The other bolt is just the other way around. So we've got the knurling, we've got the threading, and then we've got the flat end just on the outer side to ride in the blind hole that's drilled there. And then it's got the recess that allows for the holding pin to go through. So I'm going to get one of these set up and then get a center hole drilled in that I can pull it out, that we can do some work on it. Alright, so now it's time for the knurling on the edge here, so I'm just going to turn it around, drop it in this first little piece, and then clean up this edge and knurl it. I'm going to have to get a smaller collet. Alright, I appear to have a problem with either the design or with the order of operation that I'm using. So on the first nut, I brought the material down to size, to what I needed. I cut in the recess for the retaining pin, and then I started with the thread, and the last of the order would be the knurling. When I was cutting the thread, it broke off in that little recess for the retaining pin. So I changed my order of operation. I never cut the recess. I finished cutting the threads, then I cut the recess for the retaining pin. But when I was doing the knurling, it broke. So what I'm going to look at doing now is I've purchased some more stock. So I've got a piece of bright bar. It's 14 millimeters. So where this was 12, I've now got 14 millimeters. So I'm going to leave the little thumb screws bigger than what I made them in the design. So in the design I had them as 12 because that's the stock that I had. So I'm going to now leave it at just under 14. So I'll just clean the 14 up and leave the little thumb screw 14 mil. But what I'm going to do is recut it. I'm going to follow the same order of operation as the last one. Besides, I'm not going to cut the recess yet. The recess I'm going to do completely last because what's happening is it's thinning out the material too much and it's making it weak. So I'm going to leave that till last and then cut it. Let's go over to the lathe and see what happens.